So there's two stages. Stage one is building the audience. Stage two is monetizing. So most people still need to focus on stage one. You go through stage one by posting good advice to social media. This is if you want to be like an educating style of creator instead of an entertainer. So you obsess over your younger self and what problems they had. So I used to watch a lot of porn. I used to play video games. I used to eat junk food. I used to be a little pussy in social situations, and people used to disrespect me, and I was, getting walked over. I struggled with girls, all these random problems, right? You think about those in very good detail, and you think about how you've made progress from them, what exactly you did, and the specific moments that, you hit some kind of milestone. And you start making content where you break that down and you teach those lessons, you tell the stories, you give advice. What can happen with a piece of content is like you go through, let's say, heartbreak, and it takes you 2 months to recover. You tell that story of those 2 months and the advice in a 30-minute video. There'll be some people who watch that 30-minute video and you'll speed their 2-month heartbreak into 2 weeks. You've just saved them a month and a half of their entire lives. That's when you know you're making like life-changing content where you can distill like months or years of pain into a lesson that saves someone half that time. That's how you grow the audience. And so you do that, let's say you start getting thousands of subscribers, you're on 5K, 10K, and now you want to make money because the money you make just from these platforms is not much at all. Like it's, for the average income, it's still very high, but in terms of like getting rich, you're not going to get rich just from AdSense, TikTok Creator Fund, whatever. It's still sizable, I guess, but you build the audience, and then when it's time to monetize, basically you need to just think of something that you can sell to the same audience. And these are two different steps. People try and do both steps at the same time. It's kind of like, it's learning to like drive whilst also learning to tie your shoelaces at the same time. It's like just do them once in the order, right? So once you've got the audience, which I'd suggest at least a few thousand followers, and you really want to start making money and you want to create some kind of product and you've got the bandwidth for it, that's when you need to decide something that basically is going to help your people get to their goals faster. So you already need to have a really good awareness of what your people's goals are. You should know this because they're your people. And if you don't know, just like go on a call with 100 of them and find out. It takes a lot of time, but this is what I used to do. I used to just go on a one-to-one call with my people like every single day. So I have a very good awareness and understanding of the kind of people they are. And you start realizing, okay, the most common goals I hear is this and this and this. This is the limiting beliefs they have. This is the stories they tell themselves. This is why they're stuck in this situation. This is how much money these guys have to spend. And you learn a lot about your audience when you just spend a lot of time with them and ask them these questions. And then just release that product for sale. And you just mention it inside of your videos, your content. So for me, what I realized was the most common goals that my audience had was getting better with girls, making money, and then also like fitness related things. So I tried loads of things. I made an online course in 2021 on how to build an aesthetic body, but no one back then was talking about like attracting girls with a good physique. Every guy just lied to themselves and said like they were just training for themselves. I was the first guy to come onto YouTube and say like, no, I literally go to the gym to get girls. You can find it sad if you want, but like, I'm just telling you the truth. Turns out hundreds of thousands of other guys actually were doing the same thing. Yeah. So I made an online course. Here's like the specific weird steps on how to build a physique that attracts girls. Here's the exact kind of pictures that get you more matches on Tinder. Here's how to like literally pose. Here's how to like clench your teeth in a way that makes your jawline, like weird steps that people online didn't really talk about. And I released that for $197. And from that point in June 2021, I've never been under $10,000. So instantly that bumped me over 10K. Then I made other courses, but I never felt so I don't know. I never felt like I had so much conviction with selling these courses because I never would have bought one for hundreds of dollars. It's an interesting thing. You can release a course for hundreds of dollars. And when you've got hundreds or thousands of people who are going onto the sales page, some of them will buy it. So at this point, I was getting like a sale of this course like every day, like 2 times a day. Sometimes I was waking up and I sold 3 or 4 overnight. I made some more courses, made them even more expensive, remastered the aesthetic body course and made it $497. And it got so like, I recorded like an extra 50 videos and tutorials and everything. And this took me to around 20 to 30,000. But I still never had the conviction that I wanted as an entrepreneur, like for my product, really to think that it's an amazing.
13-year-old Hamza could never have touched it.
Exactly. Yeah. I wouldn't have found it valuable because even me, myself, I would have just said like, oh, well, all the information's out there for free. Yeah. And I'd done coaching where I hop on a call with people and give them advice. And I kind of like that, but everything was kind of spread out. And I also had a free Discord server. So I had community, courses, and calls. It took me a while to eventually come across Skool. It was when Andrew Kirby spoke to me once, and he saw my sales page for my newest YouTube course. And he told me that I could be making a lot more money using Skool, and he was so enthusiastic. And I took one look at Skool, where basically it combined courses, coaching, and community, the three things that I had already, into one thing. And I just straight away, it's like my brain just loved that. I was like, oh, then I'd only have to mention one thing from now on. Right now, it's like this weird thing where I've got to say, okay, I've got these courses, but you can also do a call with me, and this is my community, and this and this. It was like, I'll just have one thing which merges all of them together. So when I made my first version of Adonis Academy, I released it, and overnight we made 15,000. And that was just the first version. It was almost like a beta test. If people liked it and stuff, then I remade a new version, which was Adonis School, which had a higher price point. Released that, 150 people bought it, and I made 75K in one day. And since that point, in April 2023, I've not made under $100,000 every single month. It's like 220 now.
Phenomenal.
Thank you.